Everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. So we will be doing this reading passage that is also a difficult reading, and this is reading passage number 3. This is actual IELTS exam reading. So we will not be reading anything from here. And Charles Darwin, that name I can see over here. And personality and appearance, there will be combination of personality talking and its appearance relating. Let's see the types of question we have. Yes, as usual we have yes, no, not given or true, false, not given, first type of question, and second is multiple choice question. Four questions are there, and the last type of question we have, I will show it to you. Complete each sentence with correct ending. So these are 4 sentences and we have to match with these endings. Okay. So let's start with first type of question. So why first type of question? Because in your reading, the writer has designed the questions according to the reading passage. So in first 2-3 paragraphs or 3-4 paragraphs will be the location of these questions, and then definitely about this multiple choice question, and last 2 or 3 paragraphs may be for the last type of question, that is match each statement. Now let's do yes, no, not given. So as usual we will be doing it like true, false, not given. Here difference only is this: they are talking about persons or scientist viewpoint or not. So otherwise same way we have to select the option if the statement agrees with the views of the writer, if the meaning is agree, like this statement meaning, and the information we will get in passage meaning is agree, then definitely it is yes. And if contradiction, some opposite information is given, everything is given from the statement, only some 1 or 2 points they have given in different, that is no. And it is impossible to say, means they have not described anything about the sentence structure, sentence statement, then not given. So let's read first, and you do it with me because I will be showing you question also and paragraph also. So first is Robert Fitzgerald's first impression of Darwin was accurate. Okay, first impression of Darwin was accurate. If this person's first impression about Darwin was accurate, then it will be yes. And it was something different, doubtful and all, then it will be false, means no. And if they are not talking about first impression of Darwin and all, then definitely it is not given. And second also we can read it. So this I can see 18th century, and this name is also there, some definition. So if we do not get this location, then definitely 18th or this word can get us to the location. So this is my first paragraph and I am showing you the question also. So we have to, so in second line I can see this person name and Darwin, as I shown it to you earlier, that is Darwin here. First impression of Darwin was accurate. Okay, when Charles Darwin applied to the energetic young man that this Robert, the Beagle's captain, sought as his gentleman companion, he was almost let down by a woeful shortcoming that was as plain as nose on his face. He was almost let down by a woeful shortcoming that was as plain as his nose on his face. So his first impression was accurate. Fitzgerald believed in this one, the idea that you can tell a person's character from their appearance. As Darwin's daughter this later recalled, Fitzgerald had made up his mind that no man with such a nose could have energy. So this hardly the case. Fortunately, the rest of Darwin's visage compensated for his luxury. How brave Bros saved him. So definitely you will not be understanding this question. So Robert's first impression of Darwin was accurate. When Charles Darwin applied to be energetic young man that Robert, the Beagle's captain, sought as his gentleman companion, he was almost let down by a woeful shortcoming that was plain as nose. But here he is saying made up his mind that no man with such a nose could have energy. It was not accurate. So something he was different thinking about it. So we will just write it no. But you can think it again. Okay, second one. 18th century we have to find, and here this is also here. The precise rules of physiognomy have remained unchanged since the 18th century. And 18th century I can see over here, but here they are talking about this believed in this, the idea that you can tell, so that we have read, but they are talking about 18th century. Precise rules of this have remained unchanged. Okay, the idea that a person's character can be glimpsed in their face dates back to ancient Greeks. It was almost famously popularized in the 18th century by the Swiss poet this, whose ideas became a talking point in this. In Darwin's day, they were more or less taken as given. And in the 19th century, a century that physiognomy was written off this. But we are looking for the precise rules of physiognomy have remained unchanged since the 18th century. So they have not described about this and this. So we will just mark it not given. Third, so you can read it. This is the paragraph. I am showing you full location. From here they have started talking about this, and 18th century is here. Now third, the first impression of a person can be modified later with little effort. If the first impression can be modified, then it will be and along with little effort, then it will be yes. And if no, cannot be modified, then no. And if they are not talking about personality can be modified or not, then not given. Okay, first impression. Now this paragraph we have done. First impression I can see over here in this are highly influential. Despite the well-worn admonition not to judge by a book by its cover, within a tenth of a second, the first impression of a person can be modified later with little effort. Are highly influential means can be modified despite. No, highly influential, that is not meaning, that doesn't mean that it is modified. Despite the well-known, this to not to judge by a book by its cover within a 10 seconds. So next page. So I am showing you full. First impression of a person. Okay, first impression is there. So within a tenth of a second of seeing an unfamiliar face, we have already made a judgment about its owner's character, caring, trustworthy, aggressive, extrovert, competent, so on. Once that snap judgment has formed, it is surprisingly hard to budge. Hard to change means modified. So this is can be modified. So contradiction is there. Hard to budge means hard to change. So we can just write it no. Okay, no. Now next paragraph, that is people who appear capable are more likely to be chosen to position of power. So in the same paragraph we will just try to find position. A people word is also here. Politician is power. See this, people who appear capable are more likely to be chosen to a position of power. Okay, this is the question. And once the snap judgment has formed, it is surprisingly hard to budge. People also act on those snap judgments. Politicians with competitive looking faces have a greater chance of being elected, and CEO who look dominant are more likely to run a profitable company. Not only get the most well-attained, but are judged to be more outgoing, socially competent. Powerful word is here, intelligent and healthy. It means we were looking for word people who appear capable are more likely to be chosen to a position of power also. Okay, it means they are powerful. So direct it is not given. They have explained it well. So we will just mark it yes. Okay. Yes. So fifth number, it is unfair for good looking people to be treated treated in society. So here good looking is here. People seen as good looking not only get the most valentines but are also judged to be more outgoing, socially this we have already read, but here it is not given. It is unfair for unfair thing is not given for people to be better treated in society. So that thinking is not given. Now next question, multiple choice question. So multiple choice question, let's do it. So choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. It means we have to select out of these 4 options only one. It means we have to select only one option, multiple choice question. Let's read it thoroughly. So how to do multiple choice question? It's important to understand this question statement. Okay, this will take us to the location also. This will give the correct answer. So what's true about Anthony Little and David Parrott's experiment? So for finding location of this statement, we have to follow this keyword. Okay, and after that we will read what is true. And then we will come back to the question, all the options. We will try to eliminate 2 options. If suppose A and B are unnecessary, means they are false statement. They have not described clearly about these 2 statements. So we will try to find out which one is correct out of C and D. Definitely one will be matching directly or indirectly. So let's find this Little and David Parrott's experiment. So this paragraph we have done, and we are looking for this person's name. Little and David, Anthony and Little. Anthony and Little, no name. So name, yes, name we can easily find it because all are in capital letter. Little and this David also we have. So we have got the actual thing. What is true about Anthony Little and David experiment? Okay. I will just show it to you. Now we have to read it from here. They pointed out that Michigan studies were not tightly controlled for confounding factors, but when Little and Parrott ran the experiment, so this we are looking for, using mugshots rather than live subjects, they also found a link between facial appearance and personality, though only for extroversion and I don't know how to say. Little and Parrott claimed that they only found a correlation at the extreme of the personality. They also found a link between facial experience and personality, means something above they may be discussing about this. They also found the same thing. Okay, and claimed they only found a correlation at the extreme of personality. Now let's look at the options what we have given. It is based on the belief that none of the conclusion in the Michigan experiment is accurate. So Michigan experiment, okay, Michigan is in this line first, in this first paragraph. So extra this, okay, so in Michigan there were 3 traits: extroversion, conscience and openness. Okay, but here they have found, Little and Parrott, because we have to read this paragraph full, they have found only these 2 things. Okay, and claimed that only found a correlation at the extreme of personalities. Okay, only some portion. It supports parts of the conclusion in the Michigan experiments. Okay, it replicates the study conditions. So no replication was not there. It has a greater range of phases in the Michigan. So no, we have to talk about this experiment, not in the Michigan. It has a greater range of phases than in Michigan. So greater range of phases. No, they are not talking about faces. They are using mugshots rather than live subjects. Means subjects, live subjects means these on those persons they are doing experiments and all. So try to understand, this is not study subject. They are talking about on those people they are doing experiment. These are subjects, people. So it supports parts of the conclusion because here they also found a link between facial experience and personality, though only these 2 things. But here in Michigan 3 things were there, this and this. That's why it supports parts of the conclusion in Michigan experiment. 7th, what can be concluded from Justin and this person experiment? Okay, so first find these person's name. So in next paragraph I can see this person's name. Okay, so now what we have to find, what can be concluded from this experiment. Okay, let's read it. Now here they are saying this is unnecessarily information. They found what they have found, their experiment, they found that a wider face in which cheekbone and cheekbone distance was unusually large relative to the distance between brow and upper lip was linked in a statistically significant way with the number of penalty minutes a player was given for violent acts including slashing. Okay, the kernel of truth idea isn't only explanation on offer. No, I think we have to read it only here. They found wider face unusually, so it was linked in a statistically significant way with the number of penalty minutes a player was given for violent acts including this and this. Okay, a wider face, so they are talking about face. Wider face, see this, may be more aggressive, may be more violent acts including slashing, checking from behind and fighting. So fighting means aggressive, so we can select this. Aggressive man may have a wide range of facial features. There is no relation between facial features and aggressive character. It is necessary for people to be aggressive in competitive games. So competitive games they have not described. Only we have to read about these two persons' experiment. So they found wider face, usually large relative to this. So nothing they have not described have a wide range of facial features, no relation between facial feature and aggressive. So nothing. May be more aggressive. See this, was given for violent acts including this and checking from behind and fighting and all. Okay. So next question, what is exemplified by referring to butterfly marks? Okay, we have to find butterfly marks. So I am looking for the same paragraph because this paragraph is still there. So we are looking for making facial judgments. This person name is also there. Western says in many cases snap judgments are not accurate. The snap, I am looking for overgeneralization of a butterfly. Classical example of can be seen in predators response to eye spots making on some moths. Butterflies, here it is butterfly. These acts as a deterrent to predators because they mimic the eye of other creatures then that the potential predators might see as a threat. Okay, so they are talking about this. Now we have to find this one, butterfly. Threats to safety are easy to notice. Words exemplified by referring to butterfly. So instinct does not necessarily lead to accurate judgment. People should learn to distinguish between accountable and, so no, they are not talking about this. Different species have various ways to notice. So exact thing they have not, various ways they have not described. So out of these two we will just find again. So here they are saying a classical example of overgeneralization can be seen in predators response to eye spots, conspicuous circular markings seen on some moths, butterfly and fish. Some markings, these acts as a deterrent to predators because they mimic the eyes of other creatures that the potential predators might see as a threat. Threats to, no, are easy to notice is not given. Threats to safety are easy to notice, might see as a threat. They act as a deterrent to predators because they mimic the eyes of other creatures. Instinct does not necessarily lead to accurate judgment. So there is a confusion between these two. So I don't know the actual, because threat to safety are easy to notice. Easy to notice is exactly not given. These acts as a deterrent to predators because they mimic the eyes of other creatures. Instinct does not necessarily lead to accurate judgment. Okay. They act as a deterrent to predators, okay, because they mimic the eyes of other creatures that the potential predators might see as a threat. So not necessarily, does not necessarily lead to accurate judgment. Indirect they have given. So you can select it and tell me the answer what would be there, because I am confused in this. I don't know so about what will come, this or this, but answer I will just write down in the description box. Now 9th, what is the aim of Alexander Todorov's study? What was the aim of this person? Now we are looking for this aim of this person. Let me show you the exact location. So here Next person is this. In this paragraph we have got butterflies. Now another person I can see over here. So we have to read this paragraph. With towards overgeneralization is Alexander. Colleague Nicholas, he recently put forward a theory which he says explain our snap judgments of faces in terms of how threatening they appear. Todorov, okay, it means this is the thing they are talking about. Recently put forward a theory which he says explain our snap judgments of faces in terms of how threatening they appear. Now these two persons are talking about so gut reaction to pictures, neutral face is shifted, all response. Let's read full, because here they are talking about aim of Alexander. Alone he is not there. Okay, alone is word alone experiment he is talking. Full stop is there. Till here they were talking about combinedly what they have given experiment result and all, but here alone. Todorov, however, stresses that overgeneralization does not rule out the idea that there is sometimes a kernel of truth in these assessments of personality. In these personality, does not rule out the idea. He stresses that to determine the correlation between facial features and facial development. Aim of this person. To undermine the belief that appearance is important, to undermine the belief nothing, how judgment of faces, nothing is there. Third also we can read, to learn the influence of facial features on judgments of a person's personality, to study the role of judgments in a person's relationship. So this kind of all are looking same. So what you will be doing it, okay. So in next paragraph nothing is talking about something different, they have started talking. So conclude that personality judgments based on people's faces are an overgeneralization of our evolved ability to infer emotions from facial expressions. Hence a person's intention to cause us harm and their ability to carry it out. He stresses that overgeneralization does not rule out the idea that there is something a truth, okay. To determine the correlation between facial features and development, to undermine the belief that appearance is important, this is also wrong. To learn the influence of facial features on judgments of a person's personality. Here the role of judgment in a person's relationship was not there, okay. So this is also not there. So confusion between A and C. Influence they are talking about actually. Truth in these assessment of personalities. Facial features on judgments of a person's personality, we can just mark this according to this. So C, I will select it. I think this will be correct.